Let's bring in our guests. From Washington, D.C., we have Nihad Awad, Executive Director for the Council on American Islamic Relations. From London, Chris Phillips is a former detective and former head of the National Counterterrorism Security Office in the UK. Also, in Washington, D.C., Stephen Schneebaum. He's an international lawyer and adjunct lecturer in international law at Johns Hopkins School of International Studies. Welcome to you all. I want to start with Nihad Awad first. Saudi Arabia says the relationship is still strong despite international concern over Khashoggi. There's been a lot of diplomatic activity, a phone call between King Salman and President Erdogan, plus King Salman and with US President Donald Trump. Where is this diplomatic activity going? What is the end game here? Is it a face-saving situation for everybody, or is there a real quest to try and find what happened to the journalist Jamal Khashoggi?
Well, definitely the Saudi Arabian government has been put in, or has put itself in a unique and unprecedented position by not cooperating and denying what happened in that consulate. And the remaining and biggest question that Saudi Arabia has to answer is, where is Jamal Khashoggi? And they have not proven that he left alive that consulate. Jamal has been a friend of mine, so this is very, very personal for me. I and many friends of Jamal became his family when he came back to the U.S. and settled since last year. I'm very concerned about the lack of cooperation, and it seems that the Turkish government authorities, they seem to have concluded the investigation. They did not reveal the exact sources of the information or the technical approach, how they obtained that information. And Saudi Arabia is definitely finds itself in this very difficult position. The Trump administration has to uphold the values of the freedom of the press and hold people accountable, those who violate the rights of journalists. And the Trump administration has a serious obligation towards this journalist, because he's a Virginia resident, he is a U.S. legal resident, he is a Washington Post reporter, and the U.S. government should put the values and principles
there's
of
a lot
this
of,
nation
there's a lot
above
of,
the material
Nihad,
interest.
there's a lot of shoulds and would and they must do, but are you feeling that they're actually doing what they need to be doing? Is, let's say, for example, Saudi Arabia upholding its obligations? Is it trying to do as much as it can? Or do you feel in the conversations that you've had with people that this is obfuscation, this is just not just, putting objections by these baseless denials?
Well, definitely. The Saudi government is apparently they have the answers, and they know the truth, because this man has been under their control, and no other country and no other entity. They have the answers, they know the truth, and they have been just evading the question. They have been evading their responsibilities. The Turkish authorities, they seem to have put pressure on them, but they're not willing to reveal the truth about their sources, whether it is the Apple Watch or they have surveillance inside the embassy. And the Trump administration has been reluctant to take action, and that's why Congress and many of us are pushing the Trump administration to meet up the challenge and meet its responsibility.